Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I have now received 500 top 5 lists. It seems that way. I threw the idea out there a few weeks ago, and people keep submitting them. It's great. I'm getting top 5 lists of all kinds, not just related to technology, and I appreciate that because I love learning new things. So if you're not a geek, but you know something else really, really well, submit your top 5 list. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. This top 5 list happens to be the top 5 things you need to remember when you have or have not purchased a computer, submitted by Joseph Chang. Number 1, always make sure you have invested in an external hard drive. Cannot stress how important it is to back up your stuff. You can never be too sure one fateful day when your computer goes haywire and you've lost hundreds of gigabytes worth of data. It's a very good point. And we've also done videos on internet backup services as well. Number 2, make sure you know the terms and conditions of your warranty. This prevents misunderstanding and annoying visits to the vendor when you discover your dismay that you aren't covered. Also, make sure you know when your warranty expires, usually on the same day you purchase it, only 3 or more years later. It's a good thing to keep in mind. In fact, this is how I got really upset with Gateway because they would not honor the extended warranty that I purchased, even though it should have been covered under the warranty. I spilled coffee on my computer. It was totally my accident, but they wouldn't cover it. And so for that reason alone, you'll never hear me, at least for the time being until their rules and regulations change, you won't hear me recommending a Gateway computer or any computer that is related somehow to the Gateway company. Number 3, if you are a new user to the OS, Linux, OS X, or Windows, etc., if your computer came with a user's guide, read it over. Most of the time, nearly all the questions you have will be answered. If there is one thing you don't understand about the OS, then go to the company's website to look at the FAQs, that's frequently asked questions, or help forums, and remember, Google is your friend. Very true. We also have forums for you to look at help.lockergnome.com, and you can also swing by the chat room at live.pirillo.com. I'll get to more of that in a second. Number 4, if you haven't purchased the computer and if it uses a different operating system, like a Windows user switching to a Mac. Familiarize yourself with the new OS by seeing if any of your friends use it, maybe even your coworkers or colleagues. Or go to a store and that might have or should have what you're looking for and play around with what's there. I personally would go for the first option if available. Very true. What your friends say carries a lot of weight, because if you decide to switch to what your friends are using, well, if you run into issues, either your friends have run into the same issues and can help you work around them, or at least you don't feel so alone with your problems. Number 5, make sure what you want suits your needs. I like where this is going. If you buy something with a lot of horsepower, but you don't use it all, then buying that particular computer would have been a completely waste of money. That's absolutely true. Don't buy a computer for looks. That's just stupid. Aesthetics are usually the last thing you should look at. Always look at the statistics on the computer to see if it matches your needs. If you find numerous computers with the same or almost the same stats, then you can look into the aesthetics of your computer. Well, that's very true. You know that I have my computer behind my desk, so why does it matter what it looks like? To me, it's more important about what's inside. And I only need one video card because I really don't do a lot of game playing, but I do have two 30-inch monitors, so I need one that is capable of handling those monitors. You know, if you're going to buy, I know it's a top 5 list, but I can't help but share more information. If you're wondering to buy 2 gigabytes of RAM or 4 gigabytes, if you're sticking with a 32-bit version of Vista or XP, 2 gigabytes is fine. If you're going 64-bit, then go to 4 gigabytes. You're wasting your money, in my opinion, if you buy 4 gigabytes for a 32-bit operating system, because it just won't. They'll work together, but you're not. I don't believe seeing all the benefit of having that extra hardware, at least as far as the RAM or memory is concerned. So it's a really good list, Joseph, and I kind of started spouting off there at the end. Just because there's so many things you got to keep in mind when you're going to buy a computer. And now, if you have any other ideas that we might be able to extend this list into a top 100 list of things you got to keep in mind, feel free to, add comments. And even better, if you have a YouTube account, just respond to this video, or if you have any kind of video account, respond to the video. It's always nice to see video feedback. And of course, you're also welcome to email me your top 5 tips. My email address, again, is chris@pirillo.com. And I mentioned the chat room link, in the middle of the video as we were recording it here, because I'm streaming live. Not right now if you're watching the video as it's been uploaded to some network, but I'm streaming. That's how the chat room is integrated here, and everything's happening live, because this camera at this very moment is streaming out over the internet, and it's streaming right now. Not the same thing, but it's streaming live. And the place where you can get to it is open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week for all your needs. Well, not every one of your needs, but if you happen to like to talk about technology, well, we're here and we typically like the same things. And that can be found at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.